Welcome to Learn TV, the TV channel dedicated to the learning industry. My name is Nikola, and together with Mimi, we'll be your host on today's episode.
Hello to all of you out there, and welcome back on our 12th episode. If you want to keep up with the latest trends in the learning and development industry, make sure to join us live every day.
Together with us in the studio, we have today LEORON's lead advisor in learning and development, Selvie Selimi, who will talk about power business intelligence and education. And later on, we will present the expert trainer, Hamed Behairy, via Zoom call. Good morning, Selvie. Welcome in our studio.
Thank you. Pleasure being here.
Selvie has been performing in the training industry within LEORON Institute for 7 years now. 4 years out of 7 has been working as a project manager for the data analytics and reporting using Power BI training program.
You've recently switched your job position as L&D advisor. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You have been instrumental in the development of this program together with the expert trainer Hamed Behairy. Having in mind your experience in your data, how many people have been trained in this course?
First and foremost, thank you very much for inviting me. It's a pleasure and ultimately an honor being part of this massive project LEORON has recently launched. It is true, together with the team, we have been working tirelessly. Greatest credit going to our expert trainer and coach, Mr. Hamed Behairy, for being the lead project developer for this particular topic. Together with all project managers that we've been working on the data analytics, business intelligence, and particularly the Power BI program. It's been really a long road, and it's been a couple of years since we've been actively present in the market. To answer your question about how many people on a yearly basis we have trained so far, I would split this story into two sequences. First of all, we have our certificate in data analysis and reporting using Power BI training program. This is the technical program, which is particularly an approach to delivering and transferring knowledge on the technical side of Power BI. On a roughly basis, on a yearly count, we have around 300 individuals trained per year. This is usually a group of individuals, courageous, brave, and curious people that like to expand their knowledge within the field. And the other story, which is also something very important and I'm usually proud of, it is an approach that we have managed to bring to our clients as a more complex project. This is when a particular corporate or an organization want to fully implement Power BI into their business processes. So practically in this part of the story, we have corporates that have approached us not just for the technical knowledge related to Power BI, but also helping them fully implement and integrate their business processes to Power BI. And of course, the number usually with these type of projects, considering that they're large in scale, goes way beyond 300. So sometimes it covers even a whole corporate. And this would be the answer to your question.
Have you noticed any changes in the demand of this course, data analytics and reporting using Power BI training program, meaning on the pre and post the pandemic?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we have witnessed perhaps the most dramatic year in the 21st century, and definitely 2020 has taught us some life lessons. Corporates and organizations were faced with a lot of challenges. Ultimately, they were tested on a elevate or eliminate basis, meaning that some of them weren't able to even sustain the market at that certain point. When we're talking about the corporates and organizations that actually strived and managed to surpass the COVID-19 crisis, in that case, we're talking about, actually it's almost scientifically proven now that these were organizations that managed to, first of all, respond to the challenges in a timely manner. That's factor number one. And secondly, even more importantly, these are organizations that were able to adapt as soon as possible to the circumstances. If you ask me how I would relate Power BI to this particular question, it's very simple. Power BI as a tool, it provides the user the ability to, first of all, source data from different sources, pile them up, have them in a nice, neat, organized way, combine them, manipulate them, and ultimately create very, very interactive and visual reports. Having this in mind, at this certain point, all organizations that were adopting Power BI were at a certain point even in advantage, because they were able to prepare these visual reports that actually gave them insights about what the future of their organization would be. So practically, once an organization is capable to produce a report that will help management to, first of all, elaborate further on certain problematic, to maybe even trace patterns and trends, and to be able to respond to these patterns and trends in a timely manner, gave them the advantage and ultimately helped them strive in the market. So definitely the curve for the demand of knowledge on Power BI, definitely post-pandemic, it was skyrocket.
That's amazing.
Based on your experience as project manager of this course, what do you think, what's the best benefit that clients take out after attending the program?
This is a tough one. Actually, once you start using Power BI, as a user, you come to a point when you say, what have I been doing and how have I been performing my tasks without using Power BI? So the benefits of using Power BI are in a various fields. So practically every user of Power BI will agree with me that, first of all, it gives you the benefit of finishing your tasks faster, meaning that it's time effective. You need a little bit less effort to perform your tasks, so it's easier. The end result is very interactive, very visual reports, which of course give you the ability to present to your manager a real picture about the scenario that's happening in your organization. So if you ask me, apart from the technical knowledge that you get from this course, there is one thing that I would like to distinguish, which is, for me at least personally, as a project manager that has been involved in the area of Power BI for a couple of years now. It's the intangible part that this particular course has provided our users, our delegates, and it is the ability to create discipline. So practically, once you go back after attending the course and you start implementing Power BI, you realize that this is a tool that helps you to gain a faster, to actually reach faster towards your desired results. And this is the intangible result that you get from attending the course, which according to me is even more valuable than just the technical knowledge itself. So practically, it's really a tremendous step in making someone's business life a little bit easier. This would be, for me, maybe the biggest takeaway from this course.
Selvie, just to explain more the experience that attendees have by attending the Power BI training program, can you share some testimonials by clients that attended this popular training program?
This is the bragging part, actually. I'll be very honest. For this course, we have had tremendous feedback. And after every session, we have a vast number of the participants explaining to us how this technical knowledge has been straight to the point, how the transfer of knowledge in general has been a very, very concise process and a very smooth process for them. So practically, when we're talking about the technical part of the course, we always get this positive feedback. However, there's one more point which to us as an institute, and of course especially to all project managers like myself that we've been working on the Power BI program for a couple of years now, it is the moment when we realize that actually people gain the real benefit from attending this course a couple of months after they have done so. This is actually a proof that we have really completed our mission. So we have people, participants that message us and call us even a couple of months after they have attended the course. And there's no better testimony or a better proof that this program really has reached the mission. And it is to make somebody's life, business life at least, easier.
Now, linked to your new role as L&D advisor, what would you recommend to organizational leaders? Should they adopt Power BI and data analytics model?
You know, Mimi, when we're talking about the profile of an ideal leader, of course, it's always a person that we think of, one that possesses a really high note of skill set and competencies. And it's a person that really has invested a lot in themselves. Of course, usually the accent is given on the soft skills side, like his ability to manage other people, his ability to foster teamwork among his team members, his ability to communicate with others, his ability to negotiate at certain moments. But we always seem to forget somehow that part when his role is actually related to the data itself. So I do believe that an important aspect of being a good leader, a successful leader first and foremost, is to be able to read into your organization's data. So practically being able to read into that data and then using them, extracting them, manipulating them in a way that it will help you produce really tangible reports for your management really makes a huge difference. So practically a good leader that is able to do all this and present their manager a really tangible report where management can see actually trends and patterns that have been happening in the past period for the organization, in a certain way even predict what would possibly be the result of a certain action taken at that point of time. And ultimately, bringing healthier decisions for the business really makes a huge impact. So absolutely, 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 a good leader is the one that really is into data analytics. Of course, I would just add that it's not mandatory because the market offers a lot of business intelligence tools. However, Power BI as such is one of the most widely spread and it is the most user-friendly. So definitely, if you ask me, a really good leader is the one that is into data analytics and specifically into Power BI.
Thank you very much, Selvie, for your input. We're now connecting with our expert trainer, Hamed Behairy, via Zoom call. Good morning, Hamed. We're honored to have you on the show.
Hello, good morning, team. Very glad being with you. I'm very impressed with the show and the discussion, and always great meeting you guys.
Hamed, being a financial consultant and trainer over the past 20 years, providing training in the fields of financial analysis, modeling, corporate governance, etc., what is the most challenging topic for you to deliver?
All right, let me phrase it in a very nice way. If it is in my mind, then there is no challenge for me to pass it on. I don't want to sound arrogant, but it's really the truth. If it is in my mind, there is no way that you are not going to understand. There is no way that you are going to have a challenging event. However, the audience, however their mood, it's I call it fire in the room. So everybody will understand each and every point.
Power BI training is your specialty. Almost every organization now, whatever its size, is drowning in data. Businesses need to analyze accounting data, marketing data, HR, manufacturing data, among many others. So what is actually the real benefit of implementation of the Power BI?
Let me put it in a very simple way. I mean, any company in the world is striving to have a smoothly run operation across the board, whether it is in the different discipline, whether it's in accounting, in finance, in marketing, in HR, smoothly run. So after the company finds the right product to sell and it finds the right customer to sell, still there is no guarantee that this company is going to be successful. A lot of companies have failed because of the lack of fast, efficient decision making, because of their ability to grasp what's happening between the different competitors in the market. A lot of inputs are coming at the same time, and you are not in a laboratory where you can isolate a couple of factors to study and then you leave the rest to say stand still. So it's a very dynamic process and it's expanding. So it's a known fact that data-driven companies have a huge edge over other companies, a huge edge in terms of faster decision-making, more efficient decision-making, which is on its own can guarantee success for companies, and unfortunately is the main reason for companies failing down. That's number one. Another point that you want to see in business intelligence or Power BI, you have to understand that there is a big topic called data analytics and business intelligence. Power BI is a solution that is providing the business intelligence solution, and it is the best. It's produced by Microsoft. It's for free, or let's say the vast majority of it is for free. Microsoft started at the end of the spectrum, and then since then they have expanded the Power BI into the most wonderful business intelligence solution. That's not what I'm saying. This is research that was done by Gartner consistently, that Power BI is on top of the chart. Now, if you think about it, companies that implemented business intelligence in general, all right, the return on investment for them is 1,300%. That's not what I'm saying. That's what Nucleus Research, a company that conducted this research a number of years ago, that if a company spends $1 in business intelligence as a cost, for example, for implementation of this business intelligence, their return is going to be $13. And $13 in terms of, as I said to you, faster, more efficient decisions, cost saving, expansion in revenues, better customer retention, better risk management and compliance. So the return, there is nothing in the market that you can do as management as improvement to your business better than being a data-driven company. And the research is very clear. It's you can Google this number. It's amazing. 1,300% return on investment. So implementation of business intelligence and the best product in business intelligence, which is Power BI, is the goal for each and every company, however size they are.
Hamed, you're aware that finance, marketing, HR, even the production teams in most organizations spend hours and hours of time crunching data in Excel. I mean, there is never enough time to fully analyze the data. Do you think that corporations should invest in training their employees on how to use Power BI and data analytics?
All right, so there are two parts of your question. The first part is with regard to Excel in general. I have been providing the financial modeling training in the region for the past, I think about 12 years, I lost the count, 12, 13 years in the region, providing the financial modeling course, which has been acclaimed to be the most successful financial modeling course in the region. Back in 2015, when Microsoft started introducing Power BI, we are leaders in the training industry in the region by far. So we have to provide the solution that the market really is in dire need for. So even though at the time, business intelligence was not very famous, Power BI was not very famous, we were one of the pioneering companies into this field in providing this training. So in many cases, companies actually don't know whether this is going to be materially improving their operations or not. I have personally provided this training over the past 4.5 years, now 5 years, Selvie, correct me if I'm wrong. And during these 5 years, we have trained numerous number of companies, whether they are in manufacturing, in industrial, in banking, in oil and gas, and I'm talking about huge companies, global big names. Consistently, each and every company that we provide training for, they get surprised. They get surprised from the fact that their own data is showing them insights that they never saw before. And they are the holders of this data. So as you mentioned exactly, the ability for you to crunch your data and being able to analyze them in a faster way is a massive edge. And during our event of the Power BI, there are 2 case studies that I push my delegates to accomplish. That's why we always advise companies to send at least 2 or 3 people from the same company so that they form one team. And this team is going to be tasked with cleansing their own data of their own company to produce results. So after the training, they are up and running. I don't trust you after the course that you are going to start the implementation, etc. No, why you are in front of me in the training.
Can you share with us the primary benefits of Power BI implementation?
Sure, absolutely. As mentioned, business intelligence is a way to make your company data-driven. So you might have a great product, great caliber of employees, wonderful loyal clients, yet you are not performing as it should be. Your competitors are performing better than you. If you go to the bottom of the reason behind this, consistently it's being data-driven company. Whether your ability to cope with the decision in a faster and more efficient way. And let me say something practical to you. If you are an employee in a company, Mimi, for example, and you produce a certain dashboard for your company, and they use to this dashboard, and that's all what they get from you. So anything extra either is going to be an ad hoc request, or it doesn't come to their mind really to look at it. Business intelligence is extremely different. It's whatever the manager would like to look at, he is going to have his perspective immediately what he wants for. So I always say it's like having a book called Google, a huge encyclopedia called Google. Everything is inside, but go and find it now. You will not like Google because of this reason. But why do you like Google, Mimi? Because there is a search bar. Whatever you want, you are going to find. That's business intelligence. So if I'm in front of an employee, in front of a client, in front of a supplier, in front of the government, in front of my banker, my auditor, I can hug my business 100%, which can lead to better decisions, faster decisions, much more efficient. A lot of things that used to lapse from you and you don't get advantage of it, or troubles that should have been discovered before, they are going to be at your own disposal now. So ask any company in the region, once you start implementing business intelligence, is it yes or no? Without mentioning the name of a company, but I swear God with you, the owner of this company was receiving 1,100 slides in PowerPoint presentation every single month from the finance department only. Right? In this particular company, for a number of years, we have trained about 400 employees. So the 400 employees now became a culture inside this business, and the owner of this company now prohibited any PowerPoint presentation in the company. No more. I saw the pleasure. I saw how Power BI and business intelligence really provides value. So why should I go back to the PowerPoint presentation, etc.? It's massive value for companies.
Hamed, you have been delivering Power BI training for different types of companies, teams, individuals in the past 20 years. Just to understand better how challenging it is for the delegates to understand and begin to practice the Power BI data software.
That's a very smart question, because many companies and many delegates, they ask me the question whether this is something doable or not. It used to be the case before that companies have something called data analytics division or data analysts. All right? This job title started to disappear now. You cannot have somebody called data analyst in a company and the rest are just not aware about data analytics. All right? It became an end user level. It's not anymore a division. Imagine that there is a division called Excel division, that these are the people in our company that are performing some Excel models and functions. It's completely you cannot imagine that there is something like this. So Excel is at an end user level. Everyone is using Excel. 100% the same now for data analytics. Now, people react to it differently. No, it looks like I need to have a master's, a PhD in data analytics. The way we have crafted this program for years now, and the 3 steps that you go through will ensure 1,000,000% before you even finish the training that you're up and running. And I bet you that you will love it. I bet you that you will see the insights. I will bet you that you are going to see that this is the best thing that happened to you in corporate life. Consistently, there was a question about the feedback forms. I don't brag because I am the trainer, but in the past 23 years in the history, pull any person, and if there is a negative single comment, I will pay $1 million on the table. So whatever your background, how much you are motivated into this topic, however you are afraid, you will understand it 1,000,000%. Not only understand, you will understand and apply with your own company data. After the course, you are just up and running. As I told you, all what I need is just when people come in public training, they come at least 3 people from the same company. So that when they go back, the same team start the implementation and continue the implementation that they started. Other than that, no fear whatsoever. It's guaranteed. I'm putting 1 million. I am sure that Selvie will not put this one on the table. But for me, I am happy to put the $1 million on the table if there is one single negative comment in any of our training.
Selvie, Hamed, thank you very much for being our esteemed guests on this episode and sharing this valuable knowledge with all of our viewers. We look forward to having another fruitful discussion with you very soon. To all of you behind the screens, thank you for tuning in today.
Please be reminded that all our sessions are recorded and uploaded on our YouTube and Vimeo channels, so you can go and check them out once again in case you missed something.
If you would like us to cover a field of your interest, or if you would like our experts to elaborate on a specific L&D topic, please let us know and we'll consider them in one of our next episodes. Until next time, stay tuned.